Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Warhammer Meta Chasers. This is your weekly live tournament rundown show for Warhammer 40K, talking about the biggest and best events happening all over the planet. But as you can imagine, this is a season where things are kind of slowing down a bit, but the tournaments keep coming, and we're going to bring you the biggest ones. We got two events to bring to you this week. My name is Paul Murphy. I'm joined by Dustin Henshaw.
Hello, everyone.
And Adam Camilleri.
G'day.
Welcome in, everybody. I mentioned we do this live. Great to see some folks in the chat. If you're listening to us after the fact, know that you can come hang out with us Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time and hang out with the fabulous chat folks that we have with us. Two events, as I mentioned, going to be talking about the King of Blades and the Immortal Chili.
So
yes.
delicious.
Yep.
Tactical Chili
right?
group in New Zealand. One of my favorite groups of lads. And they're putting on a couple of good events every year.
I'm already excited. King of Blades is from Phoenix, Arizona in the USA. 64 players competing over a 6-round event. Dustin, what are we going to see there?
In the Imperial Super Faction, there are 1 Imperial Agent, 3 Sisters of Battle, 4 Custodes, 1 Admech, 4 Astra Militarum, 1 Grey Knight, and 3 Imperial Knights. Space Marines is 4 Adeptus Astartes, 2 Dark Angels, 2 Blood Angels, 4 Black Templar, and 2 Death Watch. Chaos, 2 Chaos Space Marines, 2 T-Suns, 2 Death Guard, 3 World Leaders, 2 Emperor's Children, 2 Demons, 2 Chaos Knights. Wow, this is pretty even down the row here. Xenos, it continues with 2 Necrons, 2 Orcs, 4 Tau, and 2 Votan. Hive Mind, there's 3 Tyranids and 1 Gene Stealer Cult. In Eldari, there is 3 Eldari, meaning the faction podium is Custodes, Astra Militarum, Astartes, Black Templar, and Tau all tied at the top with 4. And then Eldari, Nids, World Eaters, Imperial Knights, and Sisters tied in third with second with 3. And then so many twos.
Too many
twos.
Yeah. So, of course, when we go to, it's lovely to see such a spread, but of course, when in a good meta at a smaller event, and by a smaller amount, I mean like a sub 100, sub 80 player event. It's not too unusual to see this be the case, especially when there's, the top army right now, because this is a pre-slate event. I went and checked a couple of lists, and it's very obvious this is pre-slate and MFM. If people aren't willing to jump on the AdMech train, like essentially it gets very, very spread, very nice delineation of factions, and really, really happy to see this be the case, because it hasn't always been, even in this calendar year.
It would have been 6 Knights, 10 Chaos Knights, and then
12 Death Guard.
Yeah.
60 players, 12 Death Guard. Stuff like that has happened this year. And, last year, much the same. You had Bringers of Flame doing similar things, Chaos Space Marines doing similar things, and then Astartes up and down throughout the entire shebang. But this is lovely to see. Very lovely to see. And I think Phoenix, Arizona is doing it right. So they get now thumbs up of approval. The meta there is pretty healthy, pretty nice. A couple of omissions here. So no Space Hulls in the entire event. And there was another one that I was surprised by only having a single. No, it wasn't GSC. Oh, no Drakari. That's right. So no Drakari, no Space Wolves are the 2 ones that are kind of missing here.
And both factions Imperial Agents.
They're exactly right. There's an Imperial Agent, but there's no Space Wolves or Drakari, both of which I think in a relatively good place. Drakari, I think, in a very good place in singles. Space Wolves, very, very good as well. But interesting to see. And I wonder if this event happened next week, how different it might be. Because definitely 3 of those Eldari, all 3 of them might be swoopity swapping in, or
at least 2. At least 2.
And then one Mad Lad with Wind Rider host, just going all the way. Love it.
Doing it to it. Speaking of KR and Nurgle, good to see y'all in chat.
Indeed. One list for your viewing pleasure. Durante Bozzini playing Tau Empire. Durante having a great run at the World Champions, in addition to having a fantastic calendar year, putting his name up there as one of the best Tau players in the world. Playing Cao Yon, so not playing the Mont card that we've seen from the majority of the Tau player base recently. So consists of Shadow Sun, a single Fireblade, 10 Breaches, 10 Kroot, 2x10 Pathfinders, 2x5 Stealth Suits, and 5 Vespid for the utility. A Ghost Keel, a single Hammerhead with a Railgun, which is an interesting choice. 2x1 Piranhas, 3 Riptides, a single Sky Ray, and a Devilfish. As far as I can tell, I think this list is going up 30 points. 10 points down on the Breaches, and then 10 points up on the 3 Riptides and the Sky Ray, for those tracking along at home. So 30 points, not breaking the bank by any means. You can kind of upgrade or side grade one of your pieces and be
You're talking about with
fine
the MFM changes that are
exactly right. Yeah.
that just hit.
And in fact, I think Tau are looking relatively okay going into the new meta as well. So this is a list that might have a lot of legs, come next week in addition, or this archetype. But I'm interested to know why you boys think it might be Kalyon over Monkar for this event.
Is there a reason?
You also mentioned the railgun there on the Hammerhead. You think you folks been favoring what is the Ion?
Yeah, overwhelmingly, folks are favoring the Ion. I do admit that going into a Victrix-based meta, the Ion starts to look a lot worse because it is relatively low AP but good damage, and damage 3 ain't going to get the job done, especially with low AP into armor contempt opportunities as well. So I would not be surprised if we do see more railheads coming out here. I believe there's a decent argument that Durante knows something about this meta we don't. I see Astra Militarum, I see Astartes, I see Black Templars, and I see other Tau models, all of which, Tau, of course, they're going to have Hammerheads, they're going to have Riptides. Black Templars, a lot of them have Repulsor Executioners. Astartes, same Repulsor Executioners, Vindicators, things like this. Astra Militarum, Rogal Dawn. So I can definitely rock up and tell you one or two pieces in the other top taken factions that may have a good target for that Hammerhead shot.
And with Kalyon, obviously, maybe the terrain has a factor in that, like especially if they're playing on Games Workshop terrain to where there's a lot of staging in the first couple of rounds of the game, and maybe he's trying to you're going to come to me eventually, and when you do, I want to have more powerful shots.
Yeah. Well, so the Riptides, are very good in the meta at the moment. And so, I'm going to play, it's got a bit of Ghost. I love the Ghost Kill tech as well. The Ghost Kill is really good for these shooting matchups. Just putting a Ghost Kill on your expansion can be a real pain in the ass for your opponent. But, turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, you start putting out Riptides, to start shooting some of these high quality targets that your opponent's going to have. Then they have to bring out their best anti-tank to kill Riptides. Riptides have a lot of wounds with a 2+4+. The toughness isn't very high, but a 2+4+ with like, was it 13 or 14 wounds or something crazy like that. It takes a lot to kill them. And then the Hammerhead pokes out and pops you. Well, so that's how I think this works.
If you look at the list, there's enough in here that the first 2-3 rounds, he's got more than enough to at least contest the board, not have to commit anything. Yeah. So then when he's ready to kill you and you had to commit, he can kill you. Like way more efficiently.
I do expect to see a lot more breaches in the game as well. I think breaches going down 10 points is really nice. I think they're a very, very good unit in the meta at the moment as well, especially with things like Eldari getting a little disincentivized. Because when it used to be people like, oh yeah, it's amazing, breaches will go through a wall and clear an objective. Well, you used your one breacher unit to kill 5 aspect warriors. You only had one of those, and they have 19 unit aspect warriors. And that's if you got through like a Lycus Overwatch with wolf spiders and stuff like that. In fact, so it gets a little problematic there. So I think they're looking a lot better.
If they're Tau players from a long time, or at least for a while anyway, breachers got hot. At the end of last edition or earlier this one. Kind of blends together.
They were still good earlier this one.
It was 9th edition when you could have 3 Fisher Furies. Like I can't remember if it was scouting turn 1 and then just like bang, 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 the puncher with 3 breacher bricks on turn 1 or turn 2. Felt pretty good back then, and I still think it holds quite a bit of water now as well. All right, lads, time to pick some winners. I'm just going to go down to the scores. I did our scores from last week, and I'm picking last because I did very well last week.
Oh, nice.
Whoa.
So Dustin or Paul, who wants to call their shot?
Go for it, Paul.
What do we got?
All right. This is going to be tough. Everything's so spread out as far as like there's no concentration. Outside of
That's it. It's a crapshoot, man.
Let's go with this is really tough. I'm going to go with Thousand Suns.
Okay.
Ooh.
Dustin.
Spicy. All right. Well, if you're going to be spicy, I'll be spicy. I'll go Tau.
Nice. Do I want to continue the spice?
I got none to lose this month.
I got to continue the spice. That's true. So those of you who do not know, we have been tracking the scores of how each of your hosts has been doing month by month by month. And Paul is in the lead by 1. So Paul is either going to draw or win the year of the Warhammer Meta Chasers.
Drawing is just as much as losing at this point, Paul. You should probably pay attention.
you weren't here last week Dustin, we have decided there cannot be a draw at the top.
Oh,
There has to be a tiebreaker. There must be a tiebreaker. There will be no draws. We don't
that's
play
fair.
like that.
That's fair.
There's no
Yeah,
10-10s
I like
here. We haven't decided what that is yet. We'll have to.
Well,
we'll have to cross
whoever is not part of the draw gets to decide.
gets to set. Yeah, whoever is the loser.
Yes,
because technically that would result in somebody being the loser.
Yes.
Will be the person who decides what the tiebreaker is.
Yeah,
that's fantastic. It might be a bespoke fuego.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Okay. It's a fuego. Just a Q&A fuego. Answer more questions. What the hell am I going to pick? I don't want to be lame now that you guys went spicy. I'm gonna pick the Black Templars. Sure.
That's kind of lame. They're good.
But I didn't pick Astartes. I didn't pick Astartes. You know what?
All right.
No.
As long as you go Vitrix Guard, I guess that's fine.
Astramil, yeah. They don't have their new detachment. That's actually spicy.
Solid choice. Right. Next event we're going to be covering is the Immortal Chili. This is from Hamilton, North Island, New Zealand. 50 players and 10 teams of 5 competing over 5 rounds. That is going to be a slobber knocker.
There's a Hamilton there too.
Mate, everywhere England went, there's a Hamilton. Just yeah.
So in team events, you cannot pick the same faction more than once. So anything that is getting close to that, 4 to 5 representation here in the list, we're going to consider what they think is very strong picks. So tell us what we're going to see there.
In the Imperial Super Faction, there are 2 Sisters of Battle, 1 Custode, 1 Admech, 2 Grey Knights. That's it. Space Marines, there's 3 Astartes, 2 Dark Angels, and 1 Blood Angel. Chaos, there's 2 Chaos Space Marines, 3 Death Guard, 3 World Leaders, 4 Emperor's Children, 1 Demon, and 6 Chaos Knights. So apparently, in New Zealand, they prefer Chaos over Imperium. We can establish that right now.
Yep.
Xenos, there's 4 Necrons, 2 Orcs, 1 Tau, 2 Votan. Hivemind, there's a single tiered. Oh my God, that's sad. Eldari, there's 6.
A lot of Norns, probably.
Probably still 3 Norns. Eldari, there's 6 Drukhari and 5 Eldari. I mean, the faction podium is Drukhari, Chaos Knights, and total Astartes technically topping off with 6. Eldari right behind them with 5, and then Emperor's Children and Necrons behind them with 4. I'm actually going to look at the mid list now because I'm curious.
This is spicy. This is a spicy faction breakdown. I think one of the first times we've seen Drukhari in first place
at the top spot in a while.
Yeah, of any event this edition, I think this is the first time we can hand on our heart say Drukhari's in top place. They've gone some second in those before, but this is the first time I will say they are the most taken faction. Chaos Knights is not as surprising as many would say in a small teams environment. So in a small teams, like 5-6 player teams, or even 4 players, there's an event happening in Warhammer World this weekend, which is 4 player teams. But Chaos Knights just terrify the pairings. Like there are so many armies that just be like, well, we only have one list that's good into Chaos Knights, and guess what? The other guys aren't going to let that happen. Just ain't
it really is. It's an issue, and although in teams list, I kind of see that the Imperial Knights and Chaos Knights go hand in hand, so you can double knight people in the pairings, and that's not happening here. So what is that? What is that pair with the Chaos Knight to create that same dynamic?
Yeah, so in 5s, you can get a little away from trying to have what we call the pins, trying to pin people with pairings. Like they put up something that's not good into knights, and you're like, ha, double knight. But you can emulate their result or their effect with a couple of other things. And you pointed out one of them. Another one of them is Necrons, where you're just pushing a durability check on them that they cannot pass via Wraith units and things like that. You won't kill them like you do with Chaos Knights because the spoilers just hose you down with gut shots until you're dead. But they will pose a similar issue of like, you cannot pass this stat check reliably. And so therefore things get uncertain. So I do quite like that. And in 5 player teams, I don't believe, like as soon as we get what you're describing there is like one of the fundamental facets of 8 player teams, where you must have 1 or 2 tactical pins to be able to offer to shake up the pairings matrix of your opponent and try and engineer some really good results. In 5 player teams, it gets a little more simplistic, I guess, where it's just like, because so if they're doing 5 player teams,
it's a bit of a shootout in a 5 player.
So in 5 player teams, I have a saying that you pick who they're going to put up first and who they're going to have last. And if you can work out what those 2 are likely to be, everything else falls into place and their whole lineup is kind of exposed. If you can pick that correctly, chances are you're going to outpair them. And so having the double knights means that probably one of them has to be first and or last. And so it can make things a little bit more simplistic to unpack for their opponents. Be like, well, we know they're going to have to lead with knights. If they hold both knights, one or both of them are going to get caught on heavy tables. I do 100% believe this is going to be played on WTC. So heavy tables are very problematic for some of those big knight builds, especially the Imperial knight builds actually struggle a lot more on the heavy tables than the Chaos Knights do. But yeah, it's an interesting one. Well, might be a reason also they took no Imperial Knights. The start is less than I would expected. Only 6 teams, so 4 teams didn't take Space Marines. That's with the state of Space Marines right now. That's surprising. It could also be that the North Island of New Zealand got sent exactly 4 boxes of Victrix Guard. And so they just don't have them. They just don't have them yet. I will also let you know that it looks like David Gaylard has headed home for Christmas and is going to this event as well. And he's taken the 18 Victrix Guard, the absolute, soft puppy that he is in the meta. All right, I have some interesting things to unpack. So I did look at the Drukhari detachment. Oh, sorry, I have one team to unpack first. Right. This is Washed Up and Useless. And 5 of my favorite New Zealanders are on this team. Absolute mad lads, all of them. And I say washed up and useless because these are boys who've been playing for 2 decades. Most of them are older lads, but they're still absolute beasts on the table.
Better be a has-been than never was.
Absolutely right. Yeah. What do the sounds sound like, kids? Heroes get remembered, but legends never die. Something like that. Yeah. Anyway.
Certainly, these are folks still in their prime. Of course, just giving a little bit of...
Obviously.
Absolute peaks, one and all. Physical specimens. I'm looking at you, Hayden. Dark Angels, Wrath of the Rock kicks things off. Then we have a Chaos Knights Infernal Lance, a Tau Empire Retaliation Cadre, Drukhari Spectacle of Spite, and a Votan Hearthband. And I quite like this 5-pack. It's a lot of DACA.
Wrath of the Rock we've seen be real popular and also very good recently.
So you're a Dark Angel main, right, Adam? Sometimes.
Oh yeah. Every year, every year for the past 5 years, except this year.
Tell us about this Wrath of the Rock pick.
It is Death Guard in disguise. It's straight up. It's picking up the mantle that Death Guard dropped off, 3 months ago at the last balanced starter slate. It is your reliable backbone of scoring and defensibility, and it has X factor into this meta for days because the Lion is your anti-marine juggernaut. Lion can solo win you the game versus Blood Angels and Ultramarines.
Fights first and kills everything that comes, but
fights first, damage 4, baby. What are you gonna do? You're gonna charge Victrix? You're gonna charge Victrix into the Lion, mate? No, your Victrix can. When everyone else, when people push Victrix, they have to evacuate outside 9 inches so they can't reactive surge. Lion just walks 1 inch away. Surge into me, baby. I give no craps. So it's a very powerful piece and gives a lot of X factor into some of the mirror matchups. Chaos Knights, we've already talked about them and unpacked it. Tau Retaliation Cadre, which is an interesting one. So a little bit more dynamic and arriving from reserves power usually is what you would suggest, usually what you would see, rather than just a conventional staged up gun line, more akin to Guard. Spectacle of Spite is your pressure list, is your go out, trade, win. And then Votan is playing a similar game to the Tau in that it's Hearthband, so it's going to be raining dudes from reserve as well, because Hearthband, of course, is predicated around the Hearth Guard. Yeah, the Terminator equivalents. And so those two are a little bit of a tweener, Paul. So that's a nice little pin between the two of them. Are you playing an elite army with very few screens? Well, you can't really stop me rapid ingressing bombs on you, which works pretty well. Drukhari Spectacle of Spite is just a great all-rounder, can win any game by 5 points or more into any opponent if you played appropriately, and has a lot of problems. And then just good old reliability from the Dark Angels and a lot of damage output and scare factor out of the Chaos Knights. So this is quite a good 5-pack. Anything you guys are seeing?
Everything here looks good. The Tau Empire is one of the X factors in here that I find, because Dark Ages, I'm not calling it an X factor because, well, what you're saying, for one, is the Death Guard equivalent now, but it's also the Marine of this 5-pack, which is just you take one in almost every one if you can. Yeah. The Tau one is the X factor to be, but Retaliation Conjure, I think, actually works well with this 5-pack.
I
The
think
Dark Angels and Chaos Knights kind of pair well together. Even the Votann can go in there too. But
Yes.
the Tau will pair well with the Drukhari. Or
That's a good point you just pointed out there, because the Hearthband and the Dark Angels are both pushing a 2+ skew on people.
yeah,
That's pretty good. That's pretty well pointed out.
They can be put outs too. Like, hey, just deal with this, or
Yeah,
absolutely. They could, depending on what they're up against. Like the Matrix will always decide everything, right? If you do them. Otherwise, you go by vibes. Nothing wrong with
like
that.
in the first or last thing, I think that the Dark Angels first Legion first out, Chaos Knights probably the last.
Well said, mate. Well said. All right, moving on. I have 2 more pieces of information from this event. I just did a quick Drukhari detachment breakdown. There's only 6 of them. I expected to see pretty like maybe 5-1 Spectacle of Spite to either Reaper's Wager or the Kabbalat Cartel, but it is 3-3 split between Reaper's Wager and.
That's not it.
Yeah, I didn't do a slide for it.
Oh well, now you can look at this slide.
3 Reaper's Wager, 3 Spectacle of Spite. It tells you who had enough witches and succubi in the cabinet to rip it out. And then secondly, boys, question for you guys, might be worth a point. So there's 6 Chaos Knights here. How many Gatling gun shots do you think there are total in this event?
I can't math
There's
that fast.
3 options. I'll give you 3 options. Option A, 648. Option B, 612. Option C, 540. Now these are all divisible by 36, of course. So absolute maximum possible Gatling gun shots there could be is 648, which would be if there's 3 in each of 6 lists. So it's 18 times 36. If there's missing 1, it's 612. If they're missing 3, it's 540. Which one do you want to go with?
I'm going to go with 540 because I think somebody went all small.
Went dogs? Yep, not a bad call.
I won't do the same one as Paul, so I'll do 612.
You're both wrong. It's max. Wow. Maximum 648. Triple Gat spoiler in every
I was over
mix.
here doing the mental math of what the max was, and I also came to 648. And I was like, they can't be it, right? Because somebody had to be like, no, we're gonna, but nope.
no, I'm not gonna do that.
All of them, all 6 have 3 double Gatling despoilers. 648 shots a turn. Ridiculous.
That's awesome.
It is very funny. Needs to be getting any points.
And Arlen, good to see you.
I don't want one for that.
No, that is beautiful. I do think this is like, nope. It's come to the conclusion. It is just all Gatling.
Yeah. And unfortunately, with the balanced data slate MFM, I don't think that changes.
No,
I had great fears, but also kind of hopes that in the data slate it would just say can't take the same gun twice on the despoiler, and then drop the points on a bunch of other things. Like they leave the despoiler around the same points, drop the points, a bunch of other stuff. I know. It's their whole core thing is that they get to double up on guns, but you can't say it's not like a big fat crutch for the Chaos Knight players, me included.
It's fun though, like when you pick up all those dice and roll them, and like your opponent has to deal with it in some way. But
you're like, I shake him around. I'm like, this is what Mordaka felt like. This is what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Got to pick the highest battle point. So in team events, we pick what faction we think is going to come away with the most battle points. Not always the team that wins.
Mm-hmm. So I did not name drop a few times. I did tell you this team is very strong. There's 2 other very strong teams, and David Gaylord's here as well. So there are a phenomenal amount of the best players in New Zealand at this thing. It's fairly stacked. So take your pot shots. I will go last again because I know this meta. I know these gentlemen very well. I play them a couple of times a year. Either when I go over there, they come over there to our team championships. So Paul picked first last. Dustin, you pick first.
I mean, with 648 shots, I'm just taking Chaos Knights. Somebody is gonna ace everybody. Somebody's going
to. Somebody is gonna get green lit all the way through to the finish line.
Greenlit.
It is. It's gonna be every round is gonna be like, I think I can take it. Nope.
Yeah.
I think I can take it.
Nope. They rolled slightly higher than average. I got tables. Paul, what would you like, mate?
Astartes.
That's a good shot. Ooh, what would I like? Jonty's also here playing Astartes. Damn it, Paul. That's good. It's a good pick. I did offer it up though. I'm going to back one of my Mad Lads and go Drakari.
That's a solid pick.
Yep.
You know who you are. Don't disappoint.
Get in there.
I'm gonna get a PM on like Sunday afternoon. He's gonna be like, "I'm disappointed." I'll be like, it's fine.
Oh, all right. Well, look, that is the 40K portion of this show. Now, I want to invite you, if you have not already, to please subscribe. We do this each and every week. We do this live. In the very rare instances where we don't do it live, we try to do something to get some stuff out there as well. But every single week, week in and week out, if you like Warhammer 40,000 stuff, you like seeing how the meta evolves, you want to track it, you want to be a part of it, please hit subscribe and those likes. Leave some comments down below. That is how the algorithms know to send you back here the next time we do this. If you have not set your clocks by now, set your clock. 9 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday. Come hang out with the Warhammer Meta Chasers. Leave some comments. We also do a part 2 of the show over on Patreon. That's for level 2 and above over there. Although every level is awesome, it's just a lot of work to put the show together and to do this. And that is one way to participate with the show if you are able to do so. We also do a look back on each and every week, talking about how close we were with our predictions. We break down the top 10. We actually go over some of the more notable lists over that top 10. Top 10s have been extremely spread out and diverse, like one of this, like one, maybe two of things. Real great place, and seeing that develop over the weeks and talking about it's been fun. But I invite you to do all those things, any one of them that sounds good to you, please do. The next part of the show we're going to get into is called the Fuego Rapido. It means doing things really fast, sometimes with a clock, sometimes it means just us firing off our hottest takes for a few minutes or so. We most recently crowned the best movie of all time, and now we're working on the best video game of all time. Best video game of all time. And we are going through a series of brackets where we are crowning the top of each of those brackets. And then once we get the winners of those, we will have an overall championship bracket. I don't know if it'll happen. Will it happen by the end of the year?
Probably not at this rate. Unless we
might have to do a double up next week.
Yeah.
Or whatever. We'll try to get it done by the end of the year. Not because we're anxious to get through it. Just a nice little round
nice little capstone.
Season.
Yeah. We'll do the go home show for the year. Crowning the greatest. That sounds good.
Yep. So here we go. Let's get to it. This has, again, mentioned sometimes very little to do with Warhammer 40,000. So strap in. RTS, baby.
It's RTS, baby. And KR, if you're talking about Total War 40K, there might be one, but there's actually the Total War game that's coming out that just announced is Medieval 3, which is also extremely exciting if you know about those games. But we have the RTS field right now, and this is actually a tough one. I feel like we all know which one's going to win this, but it's still going to be tough getting there.
Yeah.
Because there's some good ones in here. There's a good mix in here. So let's start it off. We got, first off, StarCraft Brood War versus Supreme Commander.
That's number 2, right?
StarCraft Brood War is the expansion for number 1.
Yeah.
Oh, it's basically one, but yeah.
Okay.
StarCraft Brood War is the reason that RTS became an esport.
Yep.
It was
100%.
The reason we have a competitive. It's one of the reasons esports became a thing. Is StarCraft Brood War essentially invented esports between that and Counter-Strike. They're like the primogenitors of esports. I have to give my vote to StarCraft Brood War. I played the absolute hell out of. I like Supreme Commander, but I love StarCraft.
I'm sorry, Supreme Commander is great, but it says no chance against StarCraft.
I got no notes.
0 chance
with everything you just said. I mean, people still quote that game.
Will.
Yep.
All right, next up, Dawn of War versus Warcraft 3.
And we said Dawn of War 1, didn't we?
I think that's the one we all agreed on because that's if you played the is it remastered edition now? It's actually
if there's not a Dawn of War 2 in this, I think this is just the Dawn of War series.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, whichever Dawn of War is your favorite. If it's Dawn of War 2, you're wrong, but that's okay.
Well,
I played
a lot like 40K.
Yes, it did.
I played so much of both of these games. One of these games spawned and defined multiple other genres, however.
Yep, it
And
did.
Because of
For
that,
the
I'm gonna
wrong
give
reasons.
I know, because of that, I'm going to give my vote to Warcraft 3. Invented MOBAs and tower defenses, in addition to being one of the best RTSs of all time as well.
I did like Warcraft 3 a lot. Even, I think I even got one of the first things I got the collector set for or whatever. And then I don't know, then it felt like the overall game, like it had great starter, but the top end was a little weak.
So
like.
I 100% think Warcraft 3 might have the best single player campaign of any game I've ever played.
Wow.
Maybe Baldur's Gate 3 is up there, and a couple of other those
Okay.
original Dragon Age and shit, but that was at a formative age, Witcher 3, things like that. But it had for an RTS, I think it has possibly the best single player experience
For an
there
RTS,
is.
yes, I could see that, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Dawn of War's getting my vote.
I'm pretty sure Dawn was getting your vote, so I'm going to go Warcraft 3 because I think it deserves a vote regardless of what happens from Dustin.
Great
Really?
game.
You don't think I would vote for Warcraft 3? Really?
I'm not convinced. I'm not sure. I'm actually genuinely not sure which way your vote's going.
Well, I can tell you where my vote's going. I hate
Warcraft
3.
You what? You hate Warcraft 3?
I hate Warcraft 3. I think the introduction of the hero mechanic is the stupidest thing you could do in an RTS. And the whole game with the 3D graphics just felt clunky and ugly. I hate it. I hate it.
There you go.
Like
See you later,
Warcraft 3. I'm sorry, but to me, Warcraft 3 does not belong on here at all. Yes, it spawned a bunch of things.
I never knew you had this nugget of vitriol inside.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That was
Warcraft
heavy.
2.
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Warcraft 2, incredible, like 1,000 times better than Warcraft 3.
They
went too far with it. They went too far with it. But yeah, 2-1 Dawn. I love Dawn of War. I played the hell out of that. I still do. Love that game. All right, next up, Company Heroes 2 versus Rise of Nations.
Oh.
I'm jumping in early on this one. It's Company Heroes 2 for me.
I'm trying to figure out which one is in my head is Rise of Nations. It's the one that's halfway between an RTS and a sim. Yeah, it's almost like Civilization meets.
Yeah, well, I compare it to like Age of Empires.
Yeah, that's right. But I felt like it had a bit more of a Civ feel to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, Paul.
No, I was just confirming it that I think that's what I was thinking in my head too when they were saying it was the like Age of Empires type thing.
Yeah, Company Heroes.
Yep.
I'll throw in for Company Heroes.
That makes sense. 3-0 for Company Heroes. Next up, Dune 2 versus Total Annihilation.
Total Annihilation is my favorite RTS of all time.
Really?
It really is. I freaking love that game so much.
The maintenance when you're trying to, that's the one where you're playing political. You got your political alliances happening.
I'm jumping in before Paul votes. Dune 2, Paul, it's up to you, man. I can't be a party to Dune 2 not making it through.
So Total Annihilation, no, Total Annihilation isn't that one. Total Annihilation is far future robots, two factions, Core versus Arm. You both build different types of robots. Some have a bit better vehicle robots, some a bit more, mech walker robots. It's just sick. It's.
I want to make sure about the right Dune though. You did have the politics.
And sorry, you're talking about Dune. Never mind.
Oh.
Am I correct? Am I thinking about the right one? You did the politics in addition to your spice management.
That's Dune 1 you're thinking of, I think.
I also think in a lot of ways Dune 1 spawned the world we have in Total War. Like the resource mechanics, the politics, and the spice management, all feels like Total War built off that.
That's an interesting take. I never thought of that. Yeah,
built off that, yeah. And I'm right in the time frame, and that the first Dune came out in was it late 80s, early 90s?
It was early 90s, yeah, because I remember having 4 hard floppy disks to put that on my computer.
Yes. MS-DOS only.
The secret to finding the best video games back in the day was like feeling how heavy the box was, how many discs were in there.
You are not wrong.
Total Annihilation then gets the vote.
Oh,
Take that, Dustin.
Oh, my heart.
Getting
Oh
Paul.
my
Thank you.
God.
That's your revenge for Warcraft 3.
Oh, that's still worth it. All right, next one. StarCraft 2 versus Age of Mythology.
I hate to say it, Age of Mythology's got no chance. It doesn't
Yeah.
even how good Age of Mythology is.
Age of Mythology is fantastic.
Very good. It has no chance versus what is universally accepted as the best RTS ever made.
Yeah.
Might not make it through this gambit, depending on
Yeah, we'll have to see how StarCraft 2 goes. Because we have some loves here, obviously. Some passions are running high. Passions are running high.
Oh man.
If any of you want to give a cursory vote to Age of Mythology,
yeah, absolutely. Jump in here, guys. See, Erwin's with me on the Dune. You guys. Yeah. Anyway. Next up is Battle for Middle Earth 2 versus Iron Harvest.
No, Dune. Erwin's with you on Dune 1. Dune 1 was not on the list.
Fine.
Like, I would have voted for Dune 1.
It's fine.
We chose the wrong Dune. Okay. Iron Harvest is spectacular. Iron Harvest is fantastic.
Yeah, but it's not
the IP is brilliant. It's
Battle for Middle Earth 2 is one of the best RTSs, like unknown RTSs. It is so good.
Yeah, it doesn't get the respect.
It has a hero mechanic too, but it's actually done better.
Yeah, I think it's Battle for Middle Earth.
What's your umbrage with the hero mechanic? Now, I agree that it seemed a little clunky in World of Warcraft 3.
Very.
But what is your resistance to it as a
why can't I think of the word? The reliance on it, the requirement for it, that you have to get them early, you have to level them, you have to get another one, you have to level that one too. It's more of an RPG than an RTS. They're adding an RPG element to an RTS, and I feel that just complicates it, makes it even more clunky, and it really puts too much emphasis on the heroes when it's not supposed to. Like in that game, it is supposed to be about them, but in my opinion, an RTS shouldn't be about them.
But the fact it's got this Lord of the Rings overlay, you're fine with them being heroes.
Yes.
So if you just cared more about the heroes of World of Warcraft 3, this would all be you would feel differently.
The Lord of the Rings heroes of this are terrible. Like
I'm just asking questions here.
so Dustin, how do you feel about the Middle Earth battle strategy game?
I haven't played it.
Really? Not once?
Nope.
You never played the Mines of Moria? They're never in the Mines of Moria.
A couple years ago?
No, the original. The Middle Earth. The miniatures that we have in our great game from
that.
We've never played it. Because ostensibly it's Warcraft 3.
Then I will not be playing it.
because you have characters who have like points to expend and things to use within the game. It's actually quite interesting. But yet the game is spectacular.
No,
anyway,
I'd try it for sure. But
Battle for Middle Earth 2.
That's for me too. Paul, same thing?
Yep.
Next up.
Where is it?
Age of Empires 2 versus Sins of a Solar Empire.
I don't know Sins of Solar Empire.
Really?
I didn't play Sins of Solar Empire. Age of Empires 2, I did play it. So.
I did play Age of Empires 2.
Sins of a Solar Empire is actually a phenomenal a starship game. Like very vast. You can actually go from planet to planet during an RTS building. It's like you're terraforming in RTS. It's so good. But Age of Empires is just
yeah. It's just so you know, we've been threatened by Erwin that he'll stop watching if StarCraft beats Red Alert.
You know what, Erwin? You're welcome, because Red Alert wasn't in this before I put the stuff in here. I had to add it because it wasn't mentioned, and I realized it.
How?
And I
How did we not put Red Alert in?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's why I put it
We're not perfect. I mean, we try.
No. But I see. That's why I went over. I reviewed it, and I put it in. But
my grandfather played Red Alert.
What? Yeah. So what's funny is, my dad played Total Annihilation like religiously hours per day for like a decade.
My dad played Tetris.
Yeah. My mum played Columns because we had a Sega, not a Nintendo. Okay. But
yeah. So that was 3-0 for Age of Empires.
Age of Empires. Yeah.
Okay. So here it is, and I actually this matchup is perfect. So it's Command and Conquer 3 versus Red Alert.
This is tough. Red Alert had like the cool not cut scenes, but like the like the big
Yeah.
wall that came down every now and then, right? And
Well, Command and Conquer had
they
that
also
too.
yeah. The live action filming
It was
the thing that
Westwood. That was Westwood, man.
yeah that set them apart though.
This
It's
is
really what
literally
set
Command and Conquer and Command and Conquer Red Alert. That's
yeah, and it's Red Alert.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's been really interesting. I actually watched a doco on Westwood and Red Alert. It's Rise and Fall recently, like literally last week. It's a great doco. You can go check it out. Where it details why Red Alert 2 was so good, and then where their peak was, why they peaked, why they were so different and unique and trend-setting in the RTS genre, and then what happened with the EA buyout and how everything.
Is this on
went
YouTube?
downhill. Yes, it is. Yeah, I'll link it to you guys. Maybe I'll link it in the Discord.
Yeah, for sure. Well, sounds like there's other people involved in it that want to listen to that.
Yeah, but I'm of the opinion Red Alert 1 and Red Alert 2 are better than every Command and Conquer.
So, wait, what was your vote?
Red Alert.
Okay.
Red Alert.
I heard Command and Conquer, so I wasn't sure.
No. I said Red Alert 1 and Red Alert 2 are better than any of the Command and Conquers.
Yes, we're not mentioning Red Alert 3.
No, you noticed.
There was no Red Alert 3. That's just
there was no Red Alert 3.
No, there was none. All right, we are on to round 2. So, StarCraft Brood War versus Dawn of War.
So StarCraft 2 is on this list.
Yes.
I think it's okay to let go of StarCraft 1.
Yeah.
I think I can live with it. I'm going to give it a vote.
Dawn of War is, in my opinion, a better game, but it also
I'll be giving StarCraft a vote. So if you're giving it a vote, Adam, it's going to make the.
No, I'll go Dawn of War
because I cannot. Dawn of War is incredible. I love it, but I argue that Brood War is actually better than StarCraft 2 in some ways. So,
I mean, yeah, so the only reason I think StarCraft 2 is better is because it's been actively balanced.
Yes.
Than Brood War. Brood War got released and was just like, that's what you got, baby. Figure it out.
I am the storyline in Brood War a little bit better.
Oh yeah, absolutely. In fact, what am I saying? I'm voting for Brood War over Dawn of War. It's better. It's better than Dawn of War, in my opinion.
It's not better than Dawn of War, but
I believe it is. That's where I'm voting. I'm voting StarCraft. Paul, you voting Dawn of War?
To be fair, Dawn of War was the first in this series, and it was still really good as well. And they're both first in the series. Brood War kind of had some, but anyway. So 2-1 Brood War then.
Yeah, looks like it. Pour one out for Dawn.
Right in my heart.
Right in my heart. D-O-dub.
All right. Next up is Company of Heroes 2 versus Total Annihilation.
Total Annihilation for me, baby.
Yeah, Total Annihilation.
I still like Company Heroes, but no, 2-1 for Total Annihilation. I'm not upset about that, though. Not upset about that. StarCraft 2 versus Battle for Middle-earth 2.
StarCraft 2.
I'm going StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
3-0.
Like you could put StarCraft in front of us right now. We'd still have a decent idea how to play.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. 100%.
Age of Empires 2 versus Red Alert.
Oh, I'm very sorry, Age of Empires.
I have to take Age of Empires 2.
I'm going Red Alert.
Yeah, Red Alert.
But yeah, I'm happy Age of Empires got a vote.
I cannot let it go through without a vote. That game is too.
Nah, you cannot. You can't. Owen's losing his mind. Yes.
Next, we have round 3 semifinals: Brood War versus Total Annihilation.
I'm voting for Total Annihilation, but I don't expect it to win this.
Yeah,
I expect it to be 2-1.
I mean, Brood War is better than that.
Than that.
So it's 2-1 for Brood War.
Yeah.
StarCraft 2 versus Red Alert.
I knew this was coming.
Erwin, what do you think?
Oh, really, Erwin? What do you think?
Tell us how you really feel.
So, I believe StarCraft 2 is the zenith of the RTS genre, and there's a reason that it came out and RTS died, because it came out similar to World of Warcraft, and no other RTS has been able to come out and capture the collective conscience since StarCraft 2 came out. It has dominated the world and the genre because it's as close as you can get to a balanced RTS experience with incredible amounts of skill expression. And yeah, so I'm voting StarCraft 2.
StarCraft 2.
There's like millions of dollars in prize money, like tens of millions, 20s of millions. I don't know, but millions and millions of dollars have been won playing that game. And that's something you can't really just be like, flipping about.
Oh yeah, for sure. Which means,
see you, Owen. You've been great. I love you, buddy.
Thanks for being a fan.
Thanks for being a fan, man. We've enjoyed the journey.
Which means the championship is between StarCraft Brood War and StarCraft 2.
So hang on a second. Over 43 million USD has been won by players in StarCraft 2 across thousands of tournaments.
That's insane.
That's
insane.
I mean, I don't know if that's. I've not counted myself. That is what the internet is telling me right now.
Can you quash infantry with a what?
A harvester. Haven't you played Red Alert?
Oh, Red Alert. Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't read that last. I thought it said hurricane for some reason. Sorry. Work computer, not the best resolution.
Hurricane
yes.
harvester?
It starts with a H, ends with a something.
Nope. Ends with a letter? It's an H letter.
As the only one on the show wearing glasses, you leave me alone.
Yeah, but you're wearing them.
That doesn't mean they're good. Well, hard times, all right. Look, I'm going StarCraft 2 because I legitimately think it's an evolution on the original.
I do too.
Yeah.
I
don't think there isn't much of an argument. There is one, but not much of one.
No, it's similar to when we did with Portal 2. Was this the one you all boys thought was gonna just like make it through this?
StarCraft 2? Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And there's very few there, but it's interesting to see how few genres there are with one overwhelmingly like Zenith game that has blown away all competition.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just unfortunately, two of them are from Blizzard.
Good game though. I mean, basically captures a lot of hearts and minds. And,
back when Blizzard could make a game. Yeah.
There's no doubt like StarCraft 2 deserves to be in the final. So
it's true.
Well, that is our show this week. Thanks everybody for hanging out. I already invited you to do all the cool stuff, like and subscribe. But if you haven't done it yet, you made it this far, and this is the kind of stuff you like. Well, then no time like the present to hit that button, maybe a bell or something like that. It has been absolutely awesome. We're going to be doing this. I'm not sure what everyone else is doing.
I'm trying to make my headset appear again.
Oh,
I don't know why Adam's copying me. Come on.
Well, you started doing something, and I thought I
don't know.
Oh, we're doing our Christmas dance.
This is 40K Tai Chi. This is the secret to our
40K Tai Chi.
We're trying to summon the Megazord or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
Yes.
But thank y'all for hanging out. We will be back next week. Set your clocks, your watches, your dials. Same time, same channel, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Thank y'all for hanging out. We'll see y'all soon, everybody. Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.